The female athlete triad is a condition found in females that participate in sports that emphasize leanness or low body weight.
There are three corners: eating disorders, amenorrhea, and osteoporosis. Amenorrhea is lack of menstrual cycles, and osteoporosis is lack of bone density.
The triad is a very serious condition and can sometimes be fatal. Young active athletes with amenorrhea have skeletons similar to that of a 50 or even 70-year-old woman.
Even with restoration to their full healthy lifestyle, some athletes will never be able to get back their bone marrow density or the fertility that they lost.
Sports such as skating, gymnastics, ballet, distance running, diving, and swimming that emphasize appearance can even increase the risk of developing female athlete triad.
Female athlete triad. Female athlete triad is a condition that generally affects athletes with subjective judgment, such as gymnasts, dancers, or athletes with weight classifications, such as bodybuilders. It is a syndrome in which eating disorders, amenorrhea, and osteoporosis affect certain groups of athletes. The eating disorders, amenorrhea, which is the loss of a girl's period, and the development of osteoporosis will all negatively affect the athlete. Here's an example of the femoral neck fracture due to osteoporosis. Each component of the female athlete triad can occur from mild to severe. Not all components need to be present, but if one component is found, the doctor should check for others. Eating disorders. Athletes try to restrict their diet in order to maintain lower body fat, which causes an imbalance of energy. The restriction of the athlete's intake leads to negative energy balance. Amenorrhea. Eating disorders affect the brain's regulation of the ovaries. Problems that occur with the ovaries may cause the absence of a menstrual period. It occurs in about 65% of athletes, such as runners and ballet dancers. There are two types of amenorrhea. The first type is primary, which is the menstruation cycles never starting. And the other type is secondary, which is no menses for 6 months or absence of 3 or more consecutive menstrual cycles. And finally, osteoporosis. The loss of exposure of estrogen will lead to osteoporosis. Osteoporosis will lead to bone fragility and stress fractures. 90% of bone mineral content occurs by the end of adolescence. Treatment should include recognition of the disorder, prevention, correction of the energy deficit, increase in dietary calcium, maintaining bone mass, and resume normal menstrual function. To overcome the effects of the female athlete triad, the patient will need a team which includes an athletic trainer, nutritionist, psychiatrist, and a physician. A female patient with a history of stress fractures should undergo a workup. This should include obtaining menstrual cycle history, nutritional consult, bone density, and psychological consult for eating disorder.
Family, peers, and coaches all play key roles in contributing to the risk factors associated with eating disorders. Teammates spend so much time together. If one athlete has it, others may start questioning their own eating habits or weight. Signs and symptoms of the triad are anxiety or depression, feeling fat despite being thin, excessive exercise, excessive use of restroom, unfocused and difficulty concentrating, preoccupation with weight and eating, avoidance of eating in a certain situation, and the use of laxatives, diet pills, and more.
Real life triad stories, Madison Stewart.
Madison, don't you want one?
No, I think I'm on a diet.
But you haven't eaten anything all day.
I had water.
That's not enough. Madison, you can't just go off water. Madison, I think you need some help.
No, I don't.
Seriously, we can help you.
Madison!
So Madison, why are you here today?
My friends think I have a problem because I don't eat too much and I work out a lot.
Have you experienced any fatigue or injuries lately?
I'm always really tired and thirsty, and last week I was playing Dance Dance Revolution with my friends and I fractured my ankle.
Are you getting your menstrual cycle regularly?
Well, I haven't gotten my period in 6 months, but that's normal, right? Because I'm in sports.
No, you should be getting it every couple of months, and if not, after 3 months you should see a doctor. It sounds like all your symptoms you might have female athlete triad.
What's that?
Disturbed eating patterns, you have irregular menstrual cycle, and your bone density is low.
So what am I supposed to do about this?
Well, I think you need to quit sports now until your ankle heals, and then you need to continue your treatment to get back until your health is fully restored.
Gymnastics is about strength, grace, and electrifying energy. But there's a flip side, eating disorders.
She said, well, you just throw it up again, and it just got out of control.
The ultimate destination, the Olympics.
Holds 1,000 Olympic dreams. The strongest, fastest, and most flexible girls, and keep tabs on them until they're old enough for the Olympics.
So all these girls will fight for the spot in Olympic team.
And my really long-term goal is for the 2004 Olympics, hopefully. I think that no matter how much it hurts, you just have to deal with it.
The girls not only learn to work through their pain, but to worry about their weight.
If you don't teach them at a young age how to control their bodies, when they hit 14, 15, you have a big problem.
Nicole, at 14, knows what she eats is of great interest to her coaches.
Stand up tall.
But just one comment from a coach could send a perfectionist teenage girl down the road to an eating disorder.
They're like God sometimes to the gymnasts, and what they say is like gospel to the gymnasts. They need to be very careful.
If there's meat coming up, you get weed. I mean, it's the difference between like a quarter pound.
I didn't have a scale until, I don't know, 6 months ago, because I knew she would be obsessive about it, and she is.
But like other elite athletes, gymnasts are always at risk of falling into the female athlete triad, a chain reaction that starts with exercising too much and eating too little. That can stop the menstrual cycle, which can lead to brittle bones and premature osteoporosis.
Unfortunately, we have seen athletes in their 20s that have had all of those problems, and they unfortunately some of them have had bones of a 70-year-old.
Short, thin, and prepubescent has been the image of perfection since Olympian Nadia Comaneci first achieved a perfect 10 at 14 years old, 5 feet and 85 pounds. But perfection has a price.
Regular day for me is I go to gym from 8 to about 12. Then we get school time from 12 to 4. And then we work out from 4 to like 7:30. It's hard getting up every day and doing the same thing, but that's what you have to do.
Make donation to Female Athlete Triad at womensportsfoundation.org.